I forgot to mention one last thing. So one last thing that I use is my hands. So crystals. I use crystals a lot to protect me, but I use my hands. The energy just comes from my hands. Okay? It's a lot of energy that comes from my hands, and it's just healing. So it depends on what I use. So like the olive oil that I was showing y'all in another video, I'm just gonna rub that all over my hands. Now I just had my hands up there, and there was a lot of energy coming from it, but when I use olive oil, I'll just do just like this. I will ask God to touch it. I'm waiting for him to touch it. He's touching it. And then it's going to change. So if you feel it, the energy from my hands that I just now had up there and this olive oil, you'll see. It's a difference. The difference is that my hands is much more calm and healing. Like they both healing, but this one has a direction to it. It's like it has a purpose to it. So you can feel a difference in the energy. All you got to do is rewind the video back. So I just use that. That's just my natural energy. So I might put it, you just put this stuff wherever wherever you want or wherever you feeling attacked, excuse me. So my story time, I did this video so I could do the story time on how I start finding out about like the death and stuff like that. So from an early age, I always, because of my father being born in 1934, I always attended funerals. So it's just like so common for me to just constantly be at a funeral. And we have a family graveyard. So a lot of times when he would do work cleaning his mother's grave, I would be sitting in that graveyard. I would have to play while he, maintained the graveyard. So that could be all the way from sun up to sundown. Anyway, I was telling y'all that my grandmother, I didn't know that I could cross people over. And she wanted to be crossed over. And if I knew I could, I would have helped her. Because that's the type of person I am. I found out a few days later with my uncle. Something told me, my sister was like, should we go there now or should we wait for another sibling? Something was like, go now. So we went there and they were saying that they was going to transport him to hospice. But when I kissed his forehead, he felt cold. So I put my hand on him and I was like, if y'all ready to take him, y'all can. And the lady came in and called the time of death just like that. And I was like, I wonder if I really did that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was questioning, like, that's crazy. Did I really do that? Because you calling their team in to get them. You know what I mean? And obviously he didn't want to go to the hospice. He wanted to be lifted up out of there. A lot of people, they want their loved ones to stay here even though they're in pain. I don't like to be selfish like that. You want to go, you go. I did this for my mother. She refused to go. She could hold her body here longer than she could have pieces cut off of it if she wanted to and still be from waist up. But anyway, she refused to go. She more so attacked me, but that was like, my mother was the hardest spiritual work that I'd done. That my mother, the spiritual work I did with my mother all my life it made me a beast. Because they've been trying to kill me. She's been trying to kill me. She's one of the people that's been trying to kill me from day one. I don't even think about this stuff. Like my mind is somewhere else. Anyway, when I would get around my mother, I could feel my organs shutting down. I could feel my kidneys shutting down. I'll get dehydrated. I drink teas and stuff like that. I'll get dehydrated, but it really depends what spirit is going through me or inside of me or who's harvesting what. It can really, really put me down for a couple of days. So I had to build up my spiritual strength over time by healing large amounts of people. And it would implode on me, and then I would break out of it, and then it would implode on me, and it just got bigger over time. Anyway, I started seeing street signs. Every street sign that I saw was a route that I made. I went by mistake. I saw my whole uncle's name on the street sign. He died a year after. Then I saw my sister's name on the street sign, and I was doing Uber and went the wrong way, and I couldn't believe it. So every time I see stuff like this, I'm just froze. Like, you can't unsee it, but you're seeing it. You know what I mean? So it's always been crazy. My ex-husband whole name on the street sign, so I do know what it means. I don't know the time, but I know what it means. And I try not to deny it. So it's like when people get around me, I can just pick up on their sicknesses. I'll feel it in my body, and I'll treat it just like as if I have it. like I was saying, I prefer to work with dead people because they know what they want. They know that they're trying to be free or they want to cross over. But living people, they want to play games. They don't want to move forward. So, you know, you just basically get attacked until you start seeking guidance or the light to get away from whatever it is. Because, you know, anybody can harvest from you that's a low vibration. They just hop right in those bodies. I watch people hop into bodies around me. I watch them be possessed. And your back will start hurting. Some people's lower back will start really hurting because that it's an entity on it or trying to take control over it. I'm trying to think of what else to tell y'all. So I saw the street signs. I just pick up on different stuff. It could be somebody that I'm talking to and I could pick up on their sickness. It could be something big. It could be something bad. I could feel strokes. I could feel heart attacks. I could feel cancer. I could feel, and it's like sometimes I can't really I have to identify it as I go along because I'm like, what is this? Like, and it's scary too because it feels like you have it, you know what I'm saying? So it's not something, it's something that will always keep me humble. I prefer to heal people. Like I said, that's what I prefer, but I don't like to be played with too much because, you know, you got to go through so much. And when I do these medical readings where I say people breaking out and they sick and they gonna be throwing up and all that stuff, like that is my life purpose. My life purpose is the life and the death part. That is what it is, you know. So I'll always have a respect. You'll always be humble about that because it's not like it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. So yeah, I think that's everything that I wanted to tell y'all. That's how I found out about that whole death stuff, and I'm learning more as I go along. Like, I pick up on celebrities. I pick up on a lot of stuff, especially their harvesting and what's going to happen to them. And I did readings on these things before because I would wonder, what does that person have to do? It doesn't make sense for it to be coming through me or me to even get the information. Like, it doesn't make sense. But that's all that I have for y'all right now.